Hello my lovelies, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are having an absolutely lovely day and you're good to go for our video together. If you're brand new here, hi, I'm Chloe, I'm otherwise known as Lady Wrights, and I'm thrilled that you're joining me for our video. If you are one of those newbies, please click subscribe and ring the bell before we go any further so you're notified when you get my next video. It will come into your inbox and you will be good to go. Please also head over to my Instagram to give me a little follow there too, because as always, it's such a pleasure of mine to connect with you guys who watch me on YouTube over on the gram. In today's video, guys, I wanted to do a first impression of the Vieve makeup collection, which is the collection launched by super makeup influencer Genevieve. Bought this when it launched November, I think it was, and it's been sat in my drawer since. I've been a terrible blogger because I was completely maxed out with advent calendars last year and just didn't have time to do first impressions, which I'm gutted about because I really wanted to try it. But I thought it was a great time now. I've got a little bit more time to film the videos that I want to film and have some fun with. So yeah, we're going to do a first impressions of the Vieve collection, which dropped, like I said, in November. There's an eyeshadow palette, highlighters, lipsticks and lip liners in the core collection. I've got the eyeshadow palette, I picked a lipstick and a matching liner. So we're going to see how they perform, see what the pigmentation is like, if it's any good, if the quality's good, what I do like, what I don't like. But I thought rather than just sitting and trying it in front of the mirror myself, it'd be great to take you guys along with me as well. Just as like a little first impressions, mini review, tutorial even on how to get a great everyday look with the Vieve collection. As ever, in the description box you will find the links to all of the products if you do want to pick them up, but please do leave me a comment as we go through the video letting me know what you think of the products, the look, and if you'll be picking any of them up. Other than that, you guys come here. Okay, so I've brought you super close so we can do the eyes and the lips and see what the pigment is like in this palette, because I'm very excited. There's so many everyday usable colours in here, so it's hard to know where to start. Mostly because Buff and Chow are probably the two that I would start with in my crease and transition shade, just to build up the look that we're going to go for. I think when you're doing this sort of look, you always need a very fluffy brush, something like this, because you don't want to be too precise, you don't want to be too thin, you want to go all the way in your crease and transition, well, all the way in your crease to create your transition, should I say, and then you want to pull it quite high up to your brow bone. So Chow looks like it could be a little bit too colourful for the look I want to start with today. So I think we're going to go in with Buff. The problem with having bangs is that my hair can't be pinned back without horrific kinks afterwards. So I'm going to try and just brush that to the side and hope for the best. So we're going to go in with Buff, taking our fluffy brush. Doesn't seem to be a lot of fallout. Let me see if I can show you. So when I'm putting the brush in, there doesn't actually seem to be a lot of fallout, which is what we want to see, because there's nothing worse than having fallout in the pan or on your face. Just going to pick that up there. And as I always suggest, start on the outside in circular motions, pulling back and forth just to add some definition into the line. Obviously, I've got all of my complexion products on. I've done everything on my face except my eyes and my lips. So I do have like a little bit of leftover foundation, which is what I use to prime my lids with so that they're good to go for the eyeshadow. Just going to do the same on this side and then have a proper look at how the colour is performing. So far, it looks to be like the perfect everyday crease shade. It's not too dark, it's not too far off my foundation. I feel like it's a good all-rounder. Okay, so that's the first little bit done. I am probably just going to apply a tiny little bit more because I do just want this to be like the base colour of the whole eye look. My thoughts on the pigment as we've applied this: there's no fallout, which we like. High payoff. It's a very, very good tone, like something that I would reach for every day to do this area of my eye. So yeah, so far so good. No fallout under the eye at all, and it moves really nicely. Full control. Thumbs up so far for the formula. To just deepen that look, I'm going to go in with the shade Cozy, which is slightly more of a red tone, which I know can sometimes be quite scary, especially on eyes, because it can make you look like you've got a really horrible eye infection. But actually, we've already based the whole of our eye look with the Buff shade. So the Cozy tone, I'm going to, again, just take a very small amount, take the same application method in the same area, but not pull as far up or across. So I'm just literally adding into that outer corner to deepen the crease shade, to make more of a transition and warm it up a little bit. This sort of red tone orange, you don't need to be too scared of, because it does just add shadowing, and you'll see how much darker now the outside looks, and then blends nicely into the other shade as it goes across. So I'm just going to repeat on the other eye. Okay, I'm really happy with that now. So I'm going to actually switch brushes. I'm going to go to my Sigma. This is the E33 brush. It's a detailed diffused crease. So diffused crease brush. Perfect for when we want to put colour in the crease but nowhere else. So for this shade, I'm going to go for Delicious. You could also use Lava Rock. Both very kind of darker shades. And this is only ever going in the crease. You don't want to pull this anywhere else. Start from the very outside and probably to the center. That's the only place you want to apply it. It's a beautiful chocolate brown. You can pull onto the lid a little bit more, obviously, just to help create with the shadowing that we're going to do and the nice smoky eye look. But so far these tones are perfect for every day. I think this, I mean, when I saw this palette, that was my first thought. It's like, this is the perfect everyday palette. So I'm pulling over no further than the center and only focusing in that crease with that one. I mean, this is performing so well. This eye look I thought would take a little bit longer to pull together, but it's so quick and easy. That just shows the quality of the pigment in the palette. So there we go. We're going to now move on to the lid and then revisit the crease just to tidy up at the end as well. Okay, for the lid, I will always use something like my Sigma Eye Shading E55 brush. And in the palette, we've got Carrot and Thea, I don't know how you say that one. They both look very similar, but Carrot looks like it's just a little bit brighter. So I'm just going to slide the flat brush over it, and then we are going to sweep across like that. Not massively. I'm just going to have to create a bit more pickup on the pan. Okay, that's coming out better now. Finding that dabbing, and then I might just pull because I don't want that to not go everywhere. So you can see it's really pigmented and glittery. It's just not quite as light as I would usually use. And I did need to create quite a lot of fallout in the pan to get some on my brush, which is always a bit scary because then I'm worried that it's going to like fall underneath my eyes and I'm going to have like glitter under here. But we're just going to apply on this one, and there we have it. Okay, there is some fallout on my cheeks, which I'm going to wait till I get to the end to do. I'm now going to go in with Glimmer, which is a lot lighter, and I just want to see if popping any of that like on the inside here will just lighten the look a little bit, because I prefer something a lot lighter across my lid. Yeah, that's lightening it just nicely, so it's starting lighter in the corner of the eye and then getting darker. So we have solved the problem with the glimmer shade. Just adding a tiny bit on is all you need, and I feel like that's nicely lightened the area. If you do ever have fallout underneath your eyes, take a fluffy brush and just literally dust away, but pull away from the face, and try to do really quick flicking motions, because what you don't want to do is rub the eyeshadow into your face, especially if you've already done your makeup, because then it's just going to smear and you're going to have to start again, which is never a good thing. I'm going to go back to my thinner brush to just finalise the outer corner on my lid and bring some of that shade in. I might actually try the Lava Rock. I know that we went for Delicious before, but I just want to pop a little bit more to really darken this outer area. So I'm really not putting a lot on at all. And very much only in that outer corner. I'm then going to take some Cozy and probably a little bit of Delicious all together just to pull back over. And now going to come in a little bit more just to take the excess off the brush. And then revisit with the first brush just to blend everything together so it's not quite as subtle. Circular motions, moving all the way around and pulling up. So see how much better that now looks. You've kind of blended it and pulled it up. It's not quite as blocky. So what we want to do is just do the same on this side, so it is all flowing very, very nicely rather than looking like block colour. Okay, to finish, what I always do is line the under of my eye with the same shade that I did in the crease to very start with, which would be the buff shade, just taking a very small brush and pulling all underneath my eye, which will pull together once I've got my lashes and mascara on. You don't need a lot of precision or a lot of technique when applying that, but that just helps to pull the whole eye look together. I never used to do the underneath and used to be like really anti it, but then I started doing it and I was like, well, that has nailed the look. So that's pretty much it, guys. I really like it. It's very simple, very easy. You don't have to go quite as heavy on the darker shades if you don't want something quite so smoky. But what I'm going to do now is put my lashes on and then we will do the lips. Okay guys, there we have it. I have popped on my favourite lashes. And now we're just going to line the lips. Now there were a couple of liner options in shade wise. I got Velvet Sands, which is a very nice nude looking everyday colour, which I purposely picked this one to go with the lipstick. It's a little bit browner. The liner is a little bit browner than I would usually go for. And then the shade of the lipstick that I bought was 90s, which I quite like the name of. So again, a bit more of a brownie nude than I would usually go for, but I'm going to roll with it because I'm loving the eye look and I really hope that the formula of the lip products is just as good. So we're going to go in with our liner, line all the way around and then pop the lipstick on and see how it pulls the whole look together. So guys, there we have it. That is my kind of tutorial review, seeing how the Vieve products work, and this is my look. What do you think? I mean, I love it. I love it. The eyeshadow formula, now, as someone with over 100 eyeshadow palettes in my collection, like quite a lot over that actually, I love eyeshadow palettes. As you guys know, they're one thing I will spend any amount on, whether it's a budget friendly or a very premium palette. If it's good, I will buy it and be religiously a fan of that brand. So I have lots of brands like Natasha Denona in my collection, and I find the pigmentation to be insanely good and hard to match. But this, there was very little fallout. There was some with the shimmer, and I must admit that one, I can't remember which one it was, I think it was like the lid one, the carrot shade. I found it really hard to pick some up on a flat brush, but I then just kind of loosened some of the pigment on the top and used the loose pigment to apply and found that was fine. But overall, I'm really impressed with the quality. The colours are perfect for every day. It is like the perfect everyday tone palette. If you like a champagne eye, a smoky eye, but you don't want to go too out there with your colours, this is the palette that you need. It's fantastic. I have no words. I love it. And I love how nice my eye look looks. It's all blended. Obviously you can go for a slightly more blocky colours if you want. You could have used the black tone as well to even further deeper the crease, but I really like it. This is the sort of eye look I would go for every day. Sometimes I might dial it down a little bit because I don't want to be as smoky and as dark in my crease, but yeah, for me this is the perfect everyday look. And the lip products as well, I really like them. Not necessarily a tone I will wear a lot, I'm honest. If I do wear this, I will probably pop a lip topper on to make it a bit more shimmery, a bit more glittery, just to kind of make it a little bit more me, because this tone, I mean, it actually on camera, I'm really liking it and it's working perfectly with the eye look. But it's not one, it's very 90s, which I get why it's called 9Ts, as in teasing, but it's a very 90s look. It's a muted brown, a muted nude, very different to anything in my collection, so I quite like that. And I actually really like the liner as well, so all three products are getting a massive thumbs up from me. I do definitely now want to try a highlighter as well, so I'm not sure which one to get. And I would really like to try the rest of the lipsticks because the formula feels lovely. Even though it's a matte lipstick, it's not drying my lips at all. So massive thumbs up for Vieve there. I'm really impressed. First impressions are absolutely fantastic, and it's rare that when I do a first impressions video that I can 100% say I will wear everything again. The lipstick, obviously I'll just add my topper, but everything I'll use and love. So thumbs up, first impressions are ace. Guys, I will link down below where you can pick up the collection. Be quick when it's in stock, because I know at first it's sold out, and when she adds to the collection, I'm pretty sure the same thing will happen, but I'll link below if you want to pick it up for yourself. Other than that, guys, I really hope you've enjoyed seeing today's tutorial and review. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up before you go. Other than that, I will see you very soon for my next video. Bye.